so I can make my coaching more efficient. Make sense? Questions at all? No?
So how often would you test to see progress in like the weights?
We'll get into that a little bit. What do you think? Why not? Whatever works best for you. I can't sit here and be like, oh, you need to test every week. You better test more than once a month. Right? You don't go to the doctors and they give you blood pressure medication and say, oh, test it in 6 months. See what happens. Right? Let's do it enough that it gives us information. Let's do it enough where it's not invasive.
Or rational.
Right? So I have ways to do this really minimally invasive. Right? Ways to do it with 2 levels. That way it's not fatiguing at all. Part of the warm-up. If a guy can't move a bar with maximal intent in a warm-up, probably shouldn't work out that day. Like just plain simple. Like he says, oh, I'm not comfortable moving a bar as fast as I can. Like, well, what are you in here for? Right? Let's take a break. Let's maybe do some mobility, some recovery stuff. Let's get back after tomorrow. But typically an athlete can at least give you a full effort to 2 reps. Right? He's not moving 100% 1RM. He's moving about 35. So we'll get to that. Methods of integration. So this is what we're going to talk about next. Kind of the big reasons of why I like velocity-based training. Motivation. You get a number on the bar, get competitive. Right? Guys don't know how fast is. Hey, put 185, move fast. Okay. Move it. Is that fast? I don't know. Faster than your 1RM? I think so. Right? I have no idea. But really what happens is when you start moving with lighter loads, right, there's more variability in how you can move it. If I put 135 on the bar for bench press, I can move it as slow as shit or as fast. But if I put 300 pounds or 400 pounds, I'm moving it one way, as hard as I can. So that's easy. I know if someone's intent is going to be high if I'm lifting max effort. But now how do I know if someone's intent is going to be high if they're lifting a lightweight? They might not even know their intent's not high, because they just don't see a number. So giving them a number immediately improves progress. There's a lot of studies that look at someone like motivationally. They had one group did the same workout, but one group saw their numbers, and one group didn't on their jump heights. The group that saw their numbers jumped higher. They had a higher acceleration on their sprints. They had better change of direction. They had more power output. Why? Because if you don't get your grades back on your homework, why the hell do your homework, right? No point. So let's give them grades. Let's give them feedback. Optimal load, we talked about a little bit earlier. We'll talk about it more. And how to auto-regulate / profile an athlete. And then to come more advanced stuff, it's metabolic control. This stuff's pretty cool. I love this stuff. It takes a little more eyes on the athlete to do it. And then data tracking, which is the easiest thing you can possibly do to make yourself more valuable as a coach, but also your program more effective, so you know what the hell's going on. Before I go, I get the question a ton. The max, I put maximal intent, make them move the bar as fast as they can, aren't they going to have really bad form? So my name, what makes up a good rep? Maximal intent plus most efficient form equals highest achievable bar velocity. So if we're chasing highest achievable bar velocity, we're going to be encouraging better form when done properly. Right? You don't see anyone throw down a windmill in a basketball court bad form. Right? It's not like, someone doesn't walk out to the mound and, oh man, you threw 100, but that was bad form. Like, that wasn't good, dude. Like, let's slow you down. Let's get you back to 90 and let's start chicken winging your left arm, right? No. Right? If there's a reason why people biomechanically favorable for that athlete is going to produce the best output they can at the highest achievable bar velocity, right? You're not hitting dingers, swinging like an asshole. Right? Let's be straightforward. So people go, oh man, like Vladimir Guerrero, great example. Like, oh, his form sucks. He's all over the place. He has no, like, he was basically saying, obviously no patience, guy's so funny everything, God's green earth. But no control over himself, right? Just swing out his shoes, cool. We hit like 540 home runs, I think he's just fine. Right, so if someone is trying to tell Vladimir Guerrero that he's not biomechanically favorable, all he's trying to do is do this. Right? He's finding the best way to do it with his body. So he's challenging his body to solve the problem. Now what you might see athletes start to cheat. Right? They're going to shake their head, they're going to move around, but you're not going to see that bar velocity getting higher. You're like, hey, when you produce the best form, you're going to get the highest bar velocity. You can mess around with yourself. You can have guys try and yank a deadlift versus actually using their legs. The yank, right, they might feel like they're trying really hard, but they ain't moving fast. Versus when they use their legs. Just like you had someone like run and sprint, and they're really tensed up, right? They look like they're trying to run hard, but be relaxed and run fast. So you're just chasing what makes you faster. You're going to end up indirectly putting yourself probably in a better position. So maximal intent, there's some basic adaptations to intent. that we'll talk about. Basically, when someone tries really hard, whether it's a 1 RM or a really light load, the adaptations tend to be similar. You tend to get better adaptations in the central nervous system, fiber typing, conduction velocity. Basically, long story short, is that there's a cool study that looked at people doing explosive kettlebell swings like as fast as they could and how it improved their deadlift by 15%. These guys are deadlifting 400 pounds. It wasn't like some kid who's deadlifting a buck 35 and did kettlebell swings and got to 155, right? A lot of it has to do with the ability to express force rapidly, right? The ability to express maximal force every time. So you're teaching the body how to be explosive. You don't make great plays being lazy. So adaptations to intent, neurological, fiber types, muscle coordination, challenges in motor pattern. How do you make sure you have maximal intent? You measure it. Whether you're running sprints, whether you're jumping, or whether it's bar velocity, we find ways to measure maximal intent. Guys throw harder when the radar gun's on. Right? They try hard. Scouts are there, guys run faster. Why? Because they're getting measured. Now, how do we kind of put that competitive environment in the weight room when we want to put in there? Because it's not always best all the time. Right? Someone working their hardest every day, with maximal intent's going to burn out pretty quick. When we want to apply it, how do we apply it? Having means that measure things. Whether it's, again, sprints, jump heights, or gym weights. Fair? Any questions? So, here's a profiling example of optimal loading. This is something we do at RC. I've done with athletes in the past. So this is someone's raw data right here. On the left, see how nice and straight that line is? It's 0.966. Probably not the best. I like 0.99 better, but I take the 0.96. It's above 0.95, I keep it. I then have what his profile is, the solid line. And on the right, it tells us what his optimal profile is. So if you look at it, he's really low on the force spectrum, right? Force is below, blue is that, or red is the optimal line, blue and red. He's way down here, his force is low, and his velocity is way faster than it should be. Basically, it's telling me that when he produces maximal power, force times velocity, you want that to be optimal at your body weight. If we train too heavy all the time, or band assisted all the time, whatever it may be, you start to push that spectrum back and forth. So we want to figure out how to optimally load them. I can see here, he's obviously force efficient. So maybe as a coach, I know this guy can do heavier weights. I can track that with VBT, with this kind of spectrum here. He falls in this realm. He needs this shit. Because he's good enough here. Typically youngsters, you see that, right, guys, here. Just starting off. Guys don't train enough. But as they get older, they progress. You see a lot of football guys, typically, who spend 4 years in the weight room and heavy shit. They forget all this stuff. They don't get much of it. So they're really velocity deficient. And all it's saying, if you go back to this guy here, is that we're trying to raise his ability to produce power at his body weight. So right now, if I look at it, his power is peak power, peak force, peak velocity, all relative to his body weight. As a coach, it also gives me information about how he's progressed. Did he produce more force next time? Did he produce more velocity? This is off of J.B. Bourne's paper and stuff. So kind of it's a little different. We won't go over this a whole bunch. It's a little more detail. This is stuff you can't do. So this is a follow-up with the same guy. Train with heavy weights. Now you don't see a blue line because that black line's on top of the blue line. And we increase his force output. Now he's jumping higher. This makes coaching a little easier. Right, not guessing. Right, more times than not, if I used to give an athlete, hey, why do you do 5 sets of 3? Oh, shit. Right in the middle. Right? So if I don't know why I'm giving someone sets, that's fine. Because if I know what end result I want, that's all that matters. So if I'm chasing an end result of getting this guy more optimal, I can apply certain means and methods to him and see, am I making the progress I want? Because ultimately, you only give a shit about the progress. Okay? Fair? Metabolic control. So here's an example of how giving someone a percentage drop-off, typically I like to do 10% to 5%, depending on the situation, maybe a little more. And that looks at, let's say someone's squatting, they move 185 at 1 meter a second. I say, okay, cool, do as many reps as you can until your velocity drops off by 10%. They do as many reps as they can. They hit 8 reps or whatever, the power doesn't drop below 90% because it never goes below 9 meters a second. I stay within that range. You can see here, this is velocity loss, and you see how velocity loss during the sets continues, but you also see how the starting velocity each time lowers, right? So they're trying to develop someone's power. I want to control both the inter-set and intra-set fatigue. Inter meaning between sets, intra means during the set.
So when would you test that? When they're profiling?
You don't need to test that at all. Right, you can,
That is all control.
yeah, you can just have them do it. We can do it afterwards, I'll have you do it. Put you on there. Say, all right, cool, we'll do a 10% drop off in your bar speed. You just go. And once you're moving at 1 meter a second, once you hit point
So I guess when
8,
you
9,
program it,
when would I program it? Right, so it's like, I mean, a power standpoint, or let's say it's two couple reasons, bunch you guys use it for. You could use it one for the power endurance. How many reps can they get at 90% of their power output? So maybe some guy comes in and twitches hell, they can only do 3 reps. You want to build their endurance up with power capacity. Next thing you know, they can do 10 reps while maintaining a power threshold of above, right, 0.9 meters a second, which is 90% of 1 meter a second. Make sense?
yeah.
Right.
I'm trying to think of when you would program it, I guess.
Yeah, it depends. If you have a power capacity situation, if you have, right, if you give someone a workout, I say, hey DJ, you can go do 10 sets of 2. You know, I have no idea. 10 sets of 2 isn't going to fatigue you the same way as another guy. So if I say, hey athletes, we're going to do a 5% drop off at 1 meter a second. Now I know exactly one guy might do 8 reps and one guy might do 3. But the stimulus is still a reduction of 5%.
Just do one set.
You can do multiple sets, so we'll get into that a little bit. That's kind of more confusing how you want to play with it. You can do set number of sets, 4 sets at a 5% drop off. You can do complete auto-regulated one where you do 5% drop off for every set. So imagine we're at 1 meter a second, a bench press, whatever. You're running about that what? Is that your speed?
Not necessarily hard. 95, 90, 85, 80.
For what?
For the 5% drop offs.
What do you mean?
You're saying continuously go down?
No. So if you do like 1 meter a second, right? And I say, all right, DJ, we're gonna do a 10% drop off. We're gonna do trap bar intervals, okay? DJ keeps doing reps. First rep, 1.0. Second rep, 1.0. Third rep, 9.5. Fourth rep, 9.2. Fifth rep, 9. DJ, you gotta hit it. Sixth rep, 8.29. Whatever, done. Take a break. 2 minutes rest. Go again. All right, first rep, 0.98. But it's always 10% of the top rep, so it's still off of 1 meter a second when he was fresh. So you're not gonna go 10% now for 0.98, that's his first rep. Because then you'll just get tired as hell.
Yeah.
So it'd be 0.98, 0.94, 0.89. Oh, dude, you're tired as hell, you're done. And what you might do then is say, okay, do as many reps as you can. But once you can only get 3 reps, or you can't get more than 3 reps, at that 10% drop off, you're done for your set. So I said, DJ, keep going. I know I'm training power because it's within 5% or 10%. If I get that high quality, I can get 80 high quality reps out of a guy. Why do I need to do 9 other workouts or exercises? If I get 80 high quality reps, I mean, that's kind of an absurd number. I know Matt Van Dyke at Texas, he was at DU. He had a guy get 61 reps out of it. Like they're doing back squats. He didn't drop off. So if you're trying to apply training stimulus, how do you quantify training stimulus? I don't know, right? But if this guy can handle it because you're doing raw objective metrics, it makes you a little afraid at first because you're like, geez, that's way more reps than I would think. But you ask the guy, how you feeling? Feeling good. You know, I'm moving at 0.9 still. Like I'm killing it. He was like, oh, okay. Again, maybe you're not comfortable with this. Maybe just do 4 sets of high quality reps. That's it. So now you don't need to get 4 sets by X number of reps. Because if I give you 4 by 5, I don't know if 5 reps is going to be enough to stimulus or too much. So another guy might only do 2 reps. And now his last 3 reps are 0.89, 0.85, and 0.82. But you give him 5 reps because a textbook told me that's good. But then he's trashed because maybe he was tired from the night before. So this auto-regulates the whole process. Good?
Mm-hmm.
Here's an example. This is using a cluster setup, and basically how I did 1 set of 6, or I did 3 sets of 2. My average power is 1 meter a second down to roughly 8.7. This was like trying to make sure I stayed above a 5%. So if I got close, I cut it off, or I thought I wasn't going to hit it. So the 2 reps, 2 reps, and 2 reps. My average velocity for that set was much higher. My average power was much higher. My training quality was much higher. I didn't fatigue the system down here because having to recuperate from that is much different. The studies show it as higher ammonia buildup is higher creatine kinase, which means muscle breakdown more. Also studies showing that when you do stuff like this, you get higher percentage of fast twitch fibers for you to adapt.